Gas formation is not always a harmless symptom associated with digestion. In some cases, excessive gas can become a problem and indicate serious health conditions. Today, we will discuss when increased gas production warrants a visit to the doctor and when it can be resolved on your own. Why do gases form? In many cases, gas formation occurs due to specific dietary habits, consuming large amounts of fatty and dairy products, as well as legumes, asparagus, broccoli, lentils, and sweets with corn syrup inevitably leads to increased gas production. Another cause is excessive air intake into the stomach. This happens during chewing gum, smoking, drinking carbonated beverages, and sucking on candies. However, not all causes are so innocuous. Sometimes, gas, along with other symptoms, indicates disorders in the functioning of the intestines and other internal organs. What are these disorders? We will discuss them right now. Friends, issues with the intestines happen to each of us. Therefore, it is essential to know how to distinguish harmless temporary disruptions from symptoms of serious illnesses. This video is dedicated to that, and we ask you to share it with anyone who may benefit from it. What causes this phenomenon to be dangerous? The first condition that can trigger bloating and gas is diverticulitis. This ailment involves inflammation of diverticula, small pouches located in the walls of the colon. One of the main causes of this problem is a lack of fiber in the diet. Inflammation and infection of diverticula can lead to narrowing or blockage of the intestine, causing gas to get trapped inside, resulting in discomfort, pain, and increased gas production. Additionally, inflammation associated with diverticulitis disrupts the normal gut microbiota. This leads to changes in the composition and activity of bacteria responsible for food processing and gas production. It is important to note that diverticulitis requires medical intervention and treatment. So if you suspect this condition, it is necessary to consult a doctor for diagnosis and appropriate management. The second serious cause of abdominal bloating is celiac disease, also known as gluten intolerance. It is an autoimmune disorder that causes damage to the lining of the small intestine when gluten, a protein component found in wheat, barley, and oats, is consumed. People with celiac disease have impaired absorption of nutrients in the small intestine. As a result of the inability to fully digest food, the digestive processes are disturbed, leading to excessive gas production. Celiac disease also triggers an overgrowth of bacteria, with certain types of bacteria dominating in the intestines. Some of these bacteria can break down food components, especially undigested sugars and fiber, resulting in the formation of gas. Diseases of the gallbladder can also be associated with gas formation. In gallstone disease, the normal flow of bile into the intestine is disrupted. As a result, bile acids accumulate in the gallbladder and cause an imbalance in the gut microbiota, leading to increased gas production. Gallbladder disease, such as cholecystitis, which is a chronic inflammation of the gallbladder, can also manifest with excessive gas. The fourth cause of flatulence is peptic ulcers. They form on the mucous membrane of the stomach, duodenum, or other parts of the digestive system. Gas formation is related to peptic ulcers and the damage to the walls by gastric acid in the following ways. Firstly, in the presence of an ulcer or damage to the stomach or duodenal wall, gastric acid can penetrate deeper layers of tissues, leading to impaired digestion. Insufficient digestion of food causes increased gas production. Secondly, peptic ulcers are often associated with Helicobacter pylori. This bacterium causes inflammation of the gastric or duodenal mucosa and disrupts the normal microflora of the stomach and intestines, which can result in changes in the digestive process and increased gas production. Thirdly, Peptic ulcers and damage caused by gastric acid can lead to intestinal motility disorders. This slows down the passage of food through the digestive system or causes the backward movement of the contents of the intestines, which also triggers flatulence. In the case of appendicitis, there are a number of symptoms, including flatulence. However, there is no direct link between appendicitis and flatulence, and gases may be a consequence of other factors during the course of the disease. In particular, infections and inflammation of the appendix, which lead to swelling and narrowing of its lumen, can disrupt the normal passage of contents through the intestine and result in gas accumulation and distension in the area of the appendix. As a result, flatulence may occur. The sixth cause of chronic flatulence is irritable bowel syndrome (IBS). This is a functional gastrointestinal disorder characterized by various symptoms, including abdominal pain, changes in stool patterns, and bloating. Gas formation is one of the common symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome. The relationship between these conditions is influenced by several factors. Firstly, individuals with IBS develop hypersensitivity to stimuli, including stretching or pressure inside the intestines. Even a slight accumulation of gas can cause discomfort and abdominal bloating. Secondly, their enzymatic processes responsible for normal digestion are disrupted. Insufficient enzyme activity can lead to incomplete breakdown of food, including carbohydrates, fiber, and other components, contributing to gas formation. Additionally, this disorder leads to an imbalance between beneficial and harmful bacteria and disrupts the coordination of intestinal contractions. Another possible cause of gas is pancreatitis. This inflammation of the pancreas impairs the production and release of digestive enzymes such as amylase, lipase, and protease. This can result in inadequate digestion and absorption of food, leading to fermentation of food masses in the intestine and increased gas production. Lactose intolerance and food allergies can also cause increased gas formation. Lactose intolerance occurs due to a deficiency of the enzyme lactase, which is responsible for breaking down lactose, the milk sugar. In the case of lactase deficiency, undigested lactose reaches the large intestine, where it undergoes fermentation. Bacteria in the intestines break down lactose through the fermentation process, producing gases, including hydrogen, methane, and carbon dioxide. This can lead to abdominal bloating, colic, and other symptoms associated with gas formation. Food allergies trigger an immune response in the body to certain food products or their components, such as proteins. The body's immune system produces antibodies and releases chemical substances, including histamine. This can cause various symptoms, including abdominal bloating. Histamine dilates blood vessels and increases capillary permeability in the gastrointestinal tract, leading to increased gas volume and accumulation. In both cases of lactose intolerance and allergies, poorly digested food components or allergens can disrupt normal digestion and cause food fermentation in the intestines, contributing to increased gas formation. What helps reduce gas formation? If the cause of excessive gas formation is related to gastrointestinal, pancreatic, stomach, or gallbladder disorders, it is essential to consult a doctor for examination and treatment. However, often there is no serious underlying condition, and the abundance of gas in the intestines is linked to dietary habits. In such cases, the issue can be addressed independently by making lifestyle and dietary changes. Consume fewer carbohydrates and fats. These food components are more challenging and take longer to digest, and gas is one of the byproducts of their breakdown. Try keeping a food diary, noting what and how much you eat, and how your intestines react to these foods. This way, You can identify which foods are responsible for increased gas formation and limit their consumption. Drink plenty of plain water. This is essential for improving digestion and eliminating excess gas. Try to swallow less air. Avoid smoking and carbonated drinks to achieve this. Eat in small portions to avoid overloading the intestines and difficulty in food passage. Engage in regular physical activity daily. It plays a vital role in stimulating intestinal peristalsis. In addition to these simple recommendations, regular consumption of herbs and herbal drinks may also be helpful. Here are some herbs that are particularly beneficial for reducing gas formation. Peppermint. This plant contains menthol, which helps to alleviate spasms in the smooth muscles of the intestine. Peppermint reduces excessive gas formation and bloating. It can be consumed as tea or added to food. Chamomile. Chamomile possesses anti-inflammatory and antispasmodic properties. It reduces inflammation in the gastrointestinal tract and decreases spasms, thereby improving digestion and reducing gas formation. Regularly drink chamomile tea. Fennel. Fennel contains essential oils with carminative properties, which means it helps to reduce gas formation in the intestine. Fennel also aids in relieving spasms associated with abdominal bloating. Fennel can be consumed as tea or added to food. Ginger. Ginger has anti-inflammatory properties and helps to improve digestion. Coriander. This spice, due to its composition, alleviates spasms and pain in the intestine.